to hear you. But yes, thank you for
Okay.
the feedback. Yes, do
Okay.
you want to go again? Just be a
Oh,
little
okay.
audible.
Okay, let me go
Yes, this
again.
is
Okay.
beautiful.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes,
Okay, I
yes,
said
perfect. This.
customer care versus customer service. Customer care is your ability to build a relationship with your customers, and the process for customer care, you are able to know what they are going through, and you are able to even build a product from the feedback they are giving to you. And once that is done, it migrates to the service that you are able to render to them. So it becomes the efficiency, the customer service becomes the efficiency at which you are delivering this product to them concerning their challenges. Because if you are able to deliver and save them of their difficulty and challenge that they face using your product, definitely you are rendering a perfect service to them, and they will keep coming. And once that is done, your revenue will also skyrocket, because the revenue of your company is tied down to your ability to serve and build a relationship with your customers. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Benjamin. That was really comprehensive. That's like a summary of some of the things we already mentioned. Thank you. So I'll go ahead to take some of the chats here. So I have Joy. I think I've read that Joy and great comment. And also I have Elvis comment. He said customer loyalty. Okay, so I think he meant to say it increases customers' loyalty, increase market share. Beautiful. It builds trust and increase sale. Beautiful. So I just said it improves brand image. Absolutely. And Great also mentioned it improves profitability. Thank you all. Raji said build a strong culture and reputation, customer retention, higher lifetime value. Beautiful. Rooted customer care helps to build strong relationship with our customers. Product. So now we've looked at the importance of customer service, customer care. We've looked at increase in revenue, positive word of mouth. I didn't see that comment when I was getting the feedback. I didn't see that. So yes, there's positive word of mouth. There's also the benefit of reducing expenses. Now, how does customer care reduce expenses? Take, for example, if there is supposed to be a complaint and then you're supposed to spend a lot of money trying to rectify a damage, simply thinking ahead, being proactive to find out how can this happen, how can I avoid this from happening, would save you the time, the finance of that particular damage taking place and you fixing it. So customer care helps us to reduce expenses. Good customer care can help us to reduce the number of and returns and refunds we get from customers. Is there a refund policy? Yes, if there is, you state it out. And if there's no refund policy, what else do you want to let your customers know about? So once they get to know about it, you find out that if they have to return anything, it won't take place because you've already put out the notification. So it helps us to reduce expenses. Yes, there is also the aspect of customers' loyalty. That is also a benefit of customer. That's the benefit of good customer care. But then these benefits all seem too good to be true. So the question is, how do we get to take to be people who are part of this benefit of a good customer care? Now we are going to look at the KLT. I know you'll be wondering what is the meaning of KLT. Now let's look at KLT. I'll explain KLT. It's my time for building a positive customer care strategy. Now, let's look at the first one. The first one is the power of messaging. The K in the KLT is know. So your customers have to know you. For you to be able to provide a very good customer care, your customers need to know you. Oh, my name is Shlamite. I'm a customer experience personnel. I help you develop strategies for you to manage your customers. Now, your customer know that is what Shlamite does. Now, how does Shlamite communicate who she is, what she does, and the value she wants to give? There are different ways she can communicate that. And one way she can communicate that is by using the power of messaging. And this power of messaging is something you can take advantage of when you put out your post on social media. So when you put out a post on social media, so this post could just be a write-up. So in the write-up, you let your customers get to know you. If you're making a video, yes, oh, my name is this. We see vendors do it all the time. They put out a video. For corporate organization, they build a brand on social media. They put out content daily. So these are the ways the customers get to know you. So to build a very good customer care policy or strategy, the customers firstly need to know you. But after knowing you, what else do they need to do? There's something more. The customers need to like you. Yes. How do they get to like you? Let me find out from you. Have you ever scrolled through social media and then there's this person on social media that you always like her content, his or her content? If that has ever happened to you, let's see your hand. If you've ever been in a situation where you get to be on your timeline, there's a particular content. In fact, sometimes to ease stress and to have fun, you just go on social media just to view that person's content. Let me see your hand. You can put your hand up or you can leave a text. You can leave a chat. Yes, Taiwo, please go on. You can withhold the brand name, but tell us the experience. Taiwo, you can go on. Mr. Taiwo.
Good morning. Thanks for the opportunity. Okay, there's a particular lady that sells thrifts on Instagram. Content is usually very captivating, and most time I've not patronized her for once, but I usually find myself going to her page to relieve myself of maybe stress or something. And when I read the comments most time, I realize that there are a lot of people that followed her because of that content. She's really doing great with it. Thank you so much.
So how has the content affected you personally, Mrs. Taiwo? Thank you so much for the feedback. But how has it affected you personally?
Okay, it has taught me that so many people are out there doing the same thing you are doing, but there's one thing that will separate you, bring you out, differentiate you from others. And our content actually differentiated her from others that are selling thrifts like that. And I
Beautiful.
also learned that because of her content, she has gotten a lot of customers through that content.
Beautiful. So do you like her? If you were to buy from her, do you feel you know her enough to want to purchase from her?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Beautiful. So now you see the effect the content has on you. So the power of messaging and the content, and then she presenting the content almost every day. She put out the content that has really impacted on you. Yes, let's have you, Benjamin.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, please.
Thank you. Okay, me going back to there are some pages or some persons that I do follow. I don't just follow every person. I follow those who offer content that are valuable. I was listening to somebody this morning. I watched this video several times today, this morning alone, because the content, what is offering is so valuable, and I learned a lot from him, and the updates they are practicals and what is happening currently. So I always go back there. So because of what he is offering, I always go back there. And going to the comment, you see people sharing their testimony, what the challenges they passed through before they met this particular content that he posted. So it's something when the contents that we are posting on social media has a value, then people will always come and they will stick to you, subscribing to you, irrespective of whether you are selling or whether you're not selling. But you are selling is a plus for you once you put out valuable content. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So you see, we can all agree that there has been this brand, this business that put out their content and we like their content. Their content has drawn us closer to the brand. Now, if you also take a closer look, you find out that you're emotionally attached to the brand just because you know the brand through the brand messaging, maybe through the video or through the write-up, or maybe through something they do. You've come to know them. So you see, you've been able to know the brand. So, and then you're coming to like the content would help you also want to patronize the product, the services, just like Mrs. Idowu said, it's a thrift business. So some other time, if someone is even thinking of buying something from a thrift, she'll be the one to refer. But then there is a third point, that is the trust. So then, after your customers have come to know you, they've come to like you, they also need to trust you. For customer care to be effective, your customers need to trust you. Now, how do you build trust? Firstly, transparency. Carry your customers along. If there's going to be a new update on maybe an application, let them know. If it's something you can put out ahead of time to let them know this is what we are working on, it will be launched during this period. We've had brands that do that and we know how we follow up. Sometimes we just tell ourselves subconsciously, oh, let me see if they've put out this content. So you need to be transparent. Now, transparency doesn't mean you put out your private life on social media. No, transparency only means you carry your customers along in aspect of your business. You want them to know the development. But why being transparent? You want to be efficient and competent, because there's no need to be transparent if you know you cannot deliver. If you know they have to be texting you almost every time. If you know that when they place an order, they would have to follow up. Once that is the case, transparency is gone. So you need to be transparent, you need to be efficient, you need to be competent. Now, we've looked at what can help us to effectively achieve the importance of customer care. Customers need to know us. We need to implement the power of messaging. Now, if you implement the power of messaging, it can shape the mind of your customers. If you wake up today and tell yourself, I'm the biggest abacha seller in Lagos State, everybody will believe you. Why? Because you have put yourself out as the biggest abacha seller. So people, you shape the mind of your customers by messaging your customers. So you want to take advantage of the power of messaging. Once you know the power of messaging, you can take advantage of it. You want to know that your customers have to like you. They also have to trust you. So Mr. Emeka, you're not muted and we could hear the background sound from your end. Mrs. Taiwo Idowu, you can keep your hands down. Your hand is still raised on. Thank you, Mr. Emeka. So yes, we've looked at the KLT, but let's also look at defining exceptional customer care. What are the things we need to do to define and to have an exceptional customer care? Now, you want to personalize the experience. Rather than sending broadcast mail, you want to do what? Personalize the experience. Instead of saying, dear esteemed client, you can say, dear Shulamite crazy. So Shulamite knows that this brand knows me. Shulamite knows that this brand is talking to me. So you need to personalize, tailor your service to meet the customer's need and preferences. So because you do box sales, you can ask yourself, even with this box sales, I have two sets of customers, team A and team B. What does team A want? What does team B want? Then you develop strategies and product or services to meet team A's needs. Develop same for team B. Now, when you do that, it would help you. So when you do this, it would help you to be able to render personalized experiences. Now, you need to be personalized experience. You need to be proactive. You need to be very effective with your communication. That is something we need to do. Now, we also need to be prompt and we need to deliver prompt and efficient services. If you've ever bought from a product, from a brand, and you keep texting them on WhatsApp, from WhatsApp, you go to Instagram, from Instagram, you go to Twitter, almost across all social media pages. If that has ever happened to you, please let me see your chat. Like you follow the brand all through their social media pages just to be able to get feedback from them. When is my product arriving? When am I really going to get this? They're not responding, no feedback. You do not have no feedback to your inquiries. Nobody's responding to you. If that has ever happened to you, can I see your chat? And how did you feel about it? Okay, it hasn't happened to anybody. So we need new people that haven't spoken. Yes, Jamie, you've said something. Let's hold on a bit. If you've bought from a brand and they did not respond, you've been chatting, you've been calling, no respond. How do you feel? Has it happened to you? Damilola, were you going to say something? George, you've said something. Let's give others the opportunity to, to speak. You can leave a chat if you feel where you are is not conducive enough to unmute and speak. You can leave a chat. So have you ever bought from a brand that prompt and inefficient service is their order of the day? They're not responding across all social media channel. You call on the phone, nobody's there to pick the call. You send a chat, nobody's responding. You send an email, nobody's responding. Has that ever happened to you? So since nobody was responding, let's have Mr. Benjamin.
Okay. Yes. I have purchased from some persons, whereby even the customer care aspect was so poor. Buying from them and sending them messages, they don't really respond. I have to make sure that I fix myself. And I don't purchase from them. I delete everything from them, delete all their information, because you didn't give me the service I really required. It's unsatisfactory.
Okay, yeah, so we can see the negative effect of, not being proactive, not being prompt and efficient with your services. He said that he has to, you sometimes you delete these people, you block them because you don't even want to refer them to some other person to have the same experience. So when it comes to delivering exceptional customer care, you have to be prompt and efficient. If customers cannot get you on WhatsApp, they should be able to get you when they call. If they cannot get you when they call, they should be able to send a message to you on Instagram when they chat you up and then you respond. So you have to be prompt. Use multiple channels to be able to respond to clients. Now, let's also look at empathy and understanding. Genuinely showing that you care about your clients is a lot. So sometimes you have a business you're supposed to execute with a customer, or maybe you promise the customer, I'll call you, I'll give you feedback on this, and you're not able to do it. If for any reason you're not able to do it, when you do it eventually, please let the customer know how genuine you are about not giving them the feedback they're supposed to get at when they were supposed to get it. Let them know, so you can demonstrate genuine care for them by being very honest with your feedback. Your feedback is very important. Let them understand that you know how they feel about a situation. Let them know that you can put yourself in their shoes. Don't be sympathetic only, be empathetic too. Ask yourself, if this were to happen to me, how would I feel? Actively listen to your customer, acknowledge their feeling. Sometimes it's the little things we say that can make customers attached to the brand. Oh, please call me whenever you have any concerns. I may not be available, but when I am available, I'll respond. Sometimes you can be in the midst of so much tasks. Just a simple text, I'm in a meeting, I'll respond when I can. The customer knows you're not ignoring them. So empathy and understanding goes a long way. Imagine if a client was to take a loan and the client has finished paying for the loan and is still getting debit. The first day the client gets the debit, what do you think would happen? Why are these people debiting me? They want to know why they're being debited. They call the customer care agent, nobody's there to respond. They chat, nobody's there to respond. They even visit the branch, and then the feedback they're getting from the branch is also not responsive. How do you think they would feel? Put yourself in the place of the customers and render such services. You also want to be proactive with the support you give to customers. So sometimes it takes you to just sit down and think, anticipate the needs and concerns of the customers, and ask yourself, how do I manage this resource I have to be able to render effective customer service, customer care? Now, does it mean I have to send timely reminder to customers? Does it mean I have to personalize my tone of messages to them? Or maybe do I need to refine the product a little more? Have they given me feedback on the product? Do I need to work on it? Be proactive. So even before they even give you feedback, think about it just one step ahead. Think about how you can make their experience a better one. If you're a mother or you're a father, you can tell that when you have children, you want the best for your children. So think about what you can do to provide care, to provide comfort, to provide satisfaction, to make the customers attached to the brand. Don't forget personalized services experience, empathy and understanding, prompt and efficient service, and proactive support. If you can do these four things, you would find out that the customers will be very attached to the brand because the customer care is something they have not experienced anywhere. But then what skills do you need to be able to, carry out such services? You need empathy. In a world where people can be cold and cruel, you need to create the difference so you can be empathetic. You also need problem solving skills. So that would help you to look at it. Where is this issue coming from? How am I going to resolve this issue? Even before the issue gets to the point to your table, ask yourself, what can I anticipate? What are the positive and the negative, the downside of this, and how can I manage it? So when you look at that aspect, you begin to develop strategies that would help you to curb the problem even before there is an escalation. So you need to develop the problem-solving mindset. You need to learn how to communicate, the power of messaging. I don't like doing video. I don't like putting myself out in public. Yes, no problem. What other ways can you communicate? Can you write very well? Please write to your customers. I don't want to be seen. I don't want this. Yes, what other aspect can you take to communicate? If you don't want to put yourself out there, is there someone you can hire to put yourself out there? Can you also communicate the brand message to them? If you check Lapo Microfinance Bank page on Instagram or any other social media, you'd always find out that they're giving constant value. It's either they're putting out an information that helps you understand financial services, that helping you understand, oh, this week is our customer appreciation week. They're helping you understand some of the celebrations they have in the company. They're letting you know, oh, we just celebrated our scholarship award session where we aim at making sure that education is available for everyone. Are you communicating with your brand? You work with a brand. How do you communicate what your brand do to your customers? Are you aware of the recent development in the business? Or is it just the old information you have? Are you constantly updated? It's not only the brand that needs to communicate. You as an employee, you need to communicate to the customers of the brand, of the business. So learn to communicate. Can you write well? Can I do videos? Can I get a content creator to do these videos? Can I send an email? Look for your preferred means of communication style and communicate with the customers. That way, customer care will be exceptional. Also, actively listening. Sometimes you don't give any solution. Just listening why the client air their concern goes a long way. There's a way you actively listen, the clients feel heard. The complaint has not been resolved, but the client feels like a part of a part of the complaint has already been resolved. Why? Because they know you are actively listening. So actively listen to the customers. Also, you need to learn how to develop technical knowledge. Are you using an application? You don't even know how the application works. Oh, I'm not a millennial. I'm not a Gen Z. I'm not an alpha. So I don't know how to use this technology. Where is Chinoye? Come and press it for me. No. Technical knowledge. Is there a system glitch on the application your customers are using? How do you deal with the system glitch? Is this something that happens often? Is it a one-off? When you know when these things happen and how they happen, you get your tech team together to work on it. So technical knowledge is something you need to do irrespective of your age. You need to learn. The world is almost digitized. There is nobody that is not on any technological platform or using any technology. We are all here in this webinar is because of a technology. So yes, you need to develop technical knowledge. You need to develop patience. Customers will push you. So you need to develop patience. Be patient enough with them. So once you develop patience, it would help you to deal with customers' issues without having any form of resentment. Tenacity. Businesses go through a lot, a lot. If you were to build a business, you would understand that all businesses go through a lot, from building a brand that is competent, paying salaries, building structures that represent what you stand for. It's a lot. So what happens if a part of your business falls apart? Do you pack your load and say, oh, we are done? This is the end. We've gotten to the end of the road. Tenacity would help you. Adaptability. If this part of your business is not functioning, do you flip to the plan B? Are you able to quickly adjust and come back to business? Yes, these are skills that would help you to be able to develop essential customer care. Now, how do you build a customer-centric environment? Leadership. Now, as a leader in an organization, you have to be the champion of customer care. You do not want to put out any information in any way that will make others in the organization think that they can treat your customers poorly. No. In fact, if you sense any side of it, you want to quickly change it. So you need to be the champion of the customer care and actively promote that culture that you want. Because why? Customer satisfaction is very key to you. Is very key to you. So you need to develop that leadership mindset. Also, you need to train your employees and empower them with all the skills they need to be customer centric. So invest in training your employee. Lapo Microfinance Bank have been doing a lot with training. This year, they've done a lot with paid training. And that is because they understand the mindset of the customers and their employees. They understand that they need to train their employees to be able to take care of their customers. Now, they don't only train them. What do? They invest in their employees. So that is what you need to do as a business owner, as someone working for a business, as someone who knows that you receive salary from this business. If the business does not pay you, what else? You start looking for jobs. So look at ways you can take advantage of the training to do or to give back to the business. The business spend a lot in making sure that these trainings take place. And the empowerment doesn't just stop with you at the office. Some of the soft skills we are looking at to develop customer care, it helps you even outside of business. So you want to learn how to take advantage of that. You also want to have customer-centric metrics. So there are a lot of them. You can look at the customer satisfaction score. You can look at the net promoter score. And also you can look at resolution times. So you can, when you gather the data, you can look at what are the feedback you got for the week. From January to December, what are the complaints that you had? Which complaint was the highest? How will you curb it? So you need to look at that and then take advantage of it. Now, also encourage an open communication and feedback system. So this is a system that encourage communication, that employee can say, oh, this is how I treated my customers. This is the response I got from the customer. So when you do all of this, you find out that it enhances customer strategy. And because of time, I'm just going to quickly take through the last slide. Now you need to look at how to leverage technology to improve support, right? There are a lot of things that have to be done in this aspect. AI has been doing a lot. On your WhatsApp, there is AI. On your Facebook, AI. Meta, AI. Instagram, AI. Even on Google browser, there is AI. Now, what does AI do for you? They provide you with responses, right? So if you have a question you can do, you have just a mini human, a robot that you can chat with. There are different aspects of AI you can take advantage of. What about chat box? So you see that there's some companies have their official WhatsApp line, and then you go to the official WhatsApp line. Hi, Eniola, you're not muted. We could hear you.
I want to talk to you.
Okay, do you want to talk to me? Mr. Eniola, we can hear you. You're not muted. Thank you. So you can take advantage of chatbots. So if you have an official WhatsApp line, customers come there. So because the kind of complaints or inquiries you're getting on a daily basis is much, what do? For basic inquiry, chatbots can help you provide feedback to client. You can take advantage of it. You can also make use of the automated feedback collection. So sometimes you see you get emails from a business or a brand and you cannot respond to that email. If you respond, it doesn't deliver to the business. So those are automated feedback that are being sent to clients. So to help you improve with your customer care, you can take advantage of that too. We also have data analytics and reporting. Yes, for some businesses, reporting almost weekly helps them to know their weekly performance. So you can do a weekly performance to know what your you can use data analytics to identify the trend or the customer's pattern, right? Is this something they like often? Maybe when they visit the website, is there something they're always clicking on? That will tell you what they like. Is there something they're always complaining about? That is their pain point. Those are areas for improvement. So this helps you to be able to optimize the customer care process and also personalize the experience you'll be giving out to clients. Now, the self-service knowledge base is also very effective. Sometimes when you visit some application or some website, you see FAQ, frequently asked question. So because they want to reduce the number of people that call in, email, or walk into the branch, they put those FAQ there. Why? You go there, you read them, you get the answers, and you move on. I remember a time when I was about buying something from a brand. I didn't understand their process. So I went to FAQ, I read up a bit, and then I was able to move on. I didn't call, I didn't email, I didn't chat. So you can use the FAQ to create comprehensive knowledge-based answers for your customer so that once they go there at any time, they'll be able to access such information and they'll move on with accessing your product or your service. You can always do that. Now you need to look at proactive communication responses, right? These are things you need to do. We've talked about personalized responses and communication. So use customers' data to personalize your communications with them, right? Do they always log into the app? On the app, what do they do? So once you have those details, you can send them relevant information. So let's say you're into clothesline, and each time this client comes, logs into the app, she's always going to ready to wear. What do? You go to your app, get those information, set reminders every day, every Friday by 10 a.m. in the morning. I'll send that information to our clients regarding this. Are the clients due to repay their loan? Have a comprehensive list of those clients that needs to repay their loan. Send them SMS. Sometimes it could just be just you praying for them. Oh, I'm wishing you a blessed day. Just want you to know that we care about you. Have a productive day. You've not told them to pay loan, or you're just greeting them and sending them a friendly message. But at the end of the day, they understand it. So personalize your communication. Ask yourself, what is your JD? Your job description. Is your job description to follow up with clients who are owing? When would they be due? Is it in a month time, in 2 month time? Do you find way to sit with the client and ask them, what is your plan to repay this? How do you go about this? Is there any way you think we can assist you achieve this goal? Personalized communication. What is good for don't just take everybody to the same. Some people have it easy, some people have it hard. Find out where your customers fall into. Some of your customers already know you, some do not know you, some are yet to know you. Find out the category your customers fall into and provide personalized communication. Now, your communication has to be clear and concise. Sometimes you hear people talking, you say, you hear phrases like that person is beating around the bush. Why? Because you don't understand what they're saying. You're trying to make meaning of their communication. So with the corporate organization, what do you need to do? Avoid big English or jargon. But before you avoid big English, know the customers you're relating with. Are they people who understand this? Are they people who do not understand this? Are they people you should use simple language to? Madam, your money go soon expire, or time go soon reach for you to pay your loan. Or how you go take pay am, how things they go with you, how business. I feel come so they can't collect your loan. So yes, you're not using English, but you're communicating. If you no pay my company, this na the laws and regulation we will get. If you default, this na the issue. And if the default dey for this period, if you don't long, this one are the consequences, or this one are waiting the company go do, and I no go want them for you. Communicate in simple languages that your client can understand. You don't have to always be an English person, but if you have to be an English person to someone who understands that, that's fine. Take advantage of multiple communication channel. We've talked about that. So it means that if you chat the customers and you don't get them on chat, you can send an email. If you don't get them on email, what do? You can call them. So as much as possible, there should be different means for customers to get to you. Such means should be convenient for the customers, right? So offer support across multiple channels. On WhatsApp, they should be able to get all the help they need. On when they walk into the business office, the branch, they should be able to get all the help they need. And then when they call on the phone, your customer care agent should be nice and sweet on the phone. Well, thank you for calling Lapo Microfinance Bank. My name is Shlamite. How may I assist you? They cannot see you, but they can hear your voice. Just the tone of your voice is enough to help them speak with you. But if you carry problems from everywhere and you come to work, you're not communicating properly, all the channels you have for communication, you're not even taking advantage of it, customers would not find that very welcoming. Now, you also need to look at prompt responses. As much as possible, if you can provide response in 30 seconds, less than a minute, please do so. See, we live in an environment where people don't have time to wait for like 24 working hours before you provide response. The faster you provide response, the faster the client will be more attached to your brand. Now, what can we do for continuous improvement and innovation? We also want to look at the customer journey map, right? So from the time this customer has been with us from January till now, what has been the growth? Map out the entire customer journey. Identify key touch point areas for improvement. Do you think you need to do better with your communication style? Do you think you need to do better with the product? Do you think you need to do better with the service? Do you think you need to do better with showing care to the customers? Remember the benefits of showing care. Now, you also need to use the A/B testing. The A/B testing is just a pattern where you compare between two to find out which is more effective. So you look at your support channel, identify the one that works best for your customers. Do you think them walking into the branch is what works best for them? Do you think them calling the call center agent is what works best for them? Do you think emailing is what works best for your customers? Now, when you identify this, use it for continuous improvement and innovation. You also need to embrace new technologies, right? You need to look at what are the new technologies? What are the things you can do? AI is doing a lot. There's Copilot, there's Gamma. If you're responding to email, you can take advantage of Copilot. If you're always preparing slide for presentation, you can take advantage of Gamma. And there are other AI technologies or tools you can use. Look it up, find out how you can use it to implement, how you can implement it in your business for growth. Now, customer advocacy program, right? So you want to look at how to reward your clients. There should be a reward for the clients. They've been with you. So some of these clients are your advocates. They leverage on the positive experiences they get with your brand. And then what happens? You see them, they start referring, they start recommending, you want loan, please go to Relapo Microfinance Bank. They are very good with loans. In fact, if you have any problem, they would help you resolve it. Their customer service perfect. Their returns of their return, the loan return, everything perfect. So once you look at the customer advocacy program, that would help you to know how to use it for continuous improvement and innovation. But then how can you measure and analyze customers' feedback? You can regularly check your customer satisfaction rating, check your NPS score, check your Net Promoter Score. So now, how can you check this? You can use survey. Tell your customer care agents, please call this client, find out on a scale of 1 to 10, do you enjoy our services? Are our products good? Do you have any recommendation for the business? Once you do all of this, the customers are more open to give you feedback. Now, those feedbacks can be implemented. Yes, implement them. Sit down and look at all the feedback you've gotten from customers and ask yourself, how can I do better with this feedback? Don't get angry with feedback. Now, the bad thing about feedback is that sometimes it comes in a very unpleasant way. They mean the best for you, but they've said it in ways that are not so nice. Do you throw all of it away simply because of how the person said it? Sometimes just let your ego down, and then what do? Take the feedback and then work with it. So yes, you can use survey, you can use reviews, you can use direct interaction, one-on-one interaction with client to get your customer satisfaction rating, your NPS rating to your CES scores. You can have all of that to help you measure and analyze the feedback for your customer. Remember that these metrics help you to identify potential friction points and area for improvement. That is the reason why you're using these metrics. They're just there to help you improve the customer's care, the customer care strategy you're trying to build. That is why you need to do it. So in all, we've looked at the fact that investing in customer care is not something we need to put as second place. It can create all the benefits, it can create the difference between not doing and doing. So when there is a great customer care, we can be sure that there is going to be competitive advantage that would attract and retain customers, boost revenue, increase sales, and drive long-term growth with the customers. And of course, exceptional customer care foster customers' loyalty, drives positive word of mouth, and ultimately, it helps businesses thrive even in today's dynamic and competitive markets. You're not the only one doing what you're doing. There are others like you. What is the difference between you and the other brand? So if you're able to put that out, customers would be able to stick to your brand. Remember, you need to be empathetic. You need to be an active listener, communicate clearly. Do not forget the power of messaging. What you put out is what can shape the mind of the customers. So if you always tell them how much you care about them and the strategies you're putting in place to show such care, that would help to shape the mind of the customers. So today and going forward, when you have to deal with any client, ask yourself, how do I show this client that I care about him or her? Not on a general basis, personalize it. Remember that your communication styles should be personalized. Why? Because you're looking at rendering an experience that customers would say, oh, if not for this person, I wouldn't have experienced this. Be the difference in the organization and make sure you're always very nice and kind. It goes a long way. And don't forget to always look up the new information regarding your product, regarding your service, and communicate that effectively to the customers. So at this point, we'll be taking some questions and answers. Are there questions you would want me to provide answers to? I'm all ears.
Wow, that has been a very insightful discussion that we've had from Shulamite. Thank you very much, Shulamite, for this beautiful insight you've shared with all of us on this call today. And I believe strongly that we have taken quite a lot of, feedback from her on how we can improve on our customer care. I learned quite a lot from this discussion. I mean, knowing the difference between customer care and customer service, and what needs to be done to ensure that you are on top of your game in delivering this value to your respective stakeholders. So thank you so much, Shulamite. Please, could you use the clap your hands button for her on the chat box to show appreciation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please let's ask our questions. We still have the privilege and the honor to have Shulamite on the call. So it'd be nice for you to leverage this opportunity to ask your questions and seek clarifications where you need to on how you can leverage customer care to drive your businesses effectively.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good
Yes,
morning,
sir.
please.
My name is Ajayi Olayinka from Northwest Zone, Guzo to BM, Samfara.
How are you, Mr. Adeyinka?
I'm fine, sir. Olayinka, sir. Ajayi.
Olayinka, pardon me. Ajayi, please.
Oh,
please.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
So, A lot has been said on how to improve customer care, especially on polite communication and continued improvement and innovation. But when the lecture was going on, she briefly said something in regards to tenacity. I want her to please throw a little more light. Hello, can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, we can hear you now. Please go ahead.
Yeah, she said a lot about being polite when it comes to communication, then continuous improvement and innovation. Very good. But I just want her to please throw more light on tenacity. She says something about tenacity. I have a note here for which I jot them. I want her to please say something again about that tenacity under essential skills for exceptional customer care.
Okay. All right, not a problem. Thank you so much for that question. So I would want to start by asking you this question. Have you seen someone who is purpose driven? Like someone that this is his or her goal and the person is always on the run for their goal. Have you seen someone like that?
Hello, please come again, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm asking, have you seen a purpose-driven person, like someone that wants to, let's take for example, you want to buy a car and you have told yourself 2024 would not pass you by without buying a car. Have you seen someone like that? And they go all
Yes,
out to buy such.
yes, of course.
Now, during the course of that person buying a car, the person has a goal. Do you think that there may be negative experiences in between?
Of course, he might come across some things that might want to slow him down.
Beautiful. So a tenacious person is a person who is purpose driven. Such a person is very persistent. So it means that if they want to buy a car and in the course of the 2024, which they've given themselves, they fall ill and part of the money they were supposed to use to purchase a car was used for health issue, they will come back, start working again to make sure that they get to that goal they have. So a tenacious person is just a person who is very persistent, right? So even if customers throw insult at them, they shove it off because they know the goal isn't about just the short term with the customer. It's about helping the customer to benefit from the brand. It's about rendering exceptional service. It's about caring for this customer. So when you're tenacious, it doesn't mean that there are no obstacles. There will be a lot of obstacles. But it only means that even in the midst of the obstacle, you're focused. That is what being tenacious means. It's just being someone who perseveres, someone who has your, I wouldn't want to use the regular Gen Z word that they use out there, but someone who have all your parts put together. So even if anything happens, you're still put together. That goal, you're still focused on it. That's where a tenacious person is. So relating it to our customer care, in the course of delivering exceptional customer care, there will be issues. Some of the issues could include sometimes you do not get feedback from appropriate team or department in the business. So let's say you need to find out if a client has made payment for his or her loan, but the unit responsible for telling you, oh, this client has paid or this client has not paid is not responding. What do? Do you shove the customer's problem aside because the unit is not responding? Being tenacious would help you to look for other ways. You'd even want to build relationship with people in the department so that once you have complaints regarding such, you know you can go to such people. So tenacity is very important in our customer care building process.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that in-depth explanation. I think I've learned a lot from here, and I'm going to put them into use. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Any other question?
Please, let's ask our question now. You don't have the opportunity to see Shulamite every day. Please do that we have, and let's ask as many questions as possible that we can take proper learnings from this conversation that we can apply to our day-to-day interaction with our customers and clients. both internally and externally, so that you're able to improve on the quality of engagement, the quality of interaction. As you all know, this is leading to you being able to have a more sustainable relationship with your customers and ensuring that that translates into profitability, for everybody. So please, this is an opportunity for us to ask as many questions as possible from Shulamite here.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Oluremi. And
good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. My question is just a simple one. I want to ask, how do you handle a difficult customer? Maybe a customer that is very aggressive and looking unhappy. How do you manage such customer? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Somebody else, so Shulama, let's just take one or two questions so that you can address both at the same time.
Okay.
Omar, Steve, please ask your question.
Good afternoon. Oluremi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It's going well. Please, my question is a very simple one as well. I want to know the strategies one can employ to satisfy a customer that is never satisfied. I know we have some customers that are never satisfied. No matter how you try to please them or satisfy them, they still don't get, because they always want more. So how do we satisfy such customers? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I think I saw Atomy Williams raise hand here. Atomy.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing today?
Fine, sir. My question has been asked by Baba. I wanted to ask on a difficult client which he has raised.
Okay.
How can we manage
it? Okay. So Shula, my question is, how do we successfully manage an irate customer, who's never seems to be satisfied with our responses or whatever feedback you're provided? How do we manage such an irate customer?
So when we looked at some of the qualities that would help us to, develop effective and exceptional customer care, we looked at patience. Patience was one of the qualities we looked at. Firstly, you do not know this individual from Adam. Business brought you and this individual, this customer together. And you cannot tell all the situation, external and internal situation that governs their behavior in terms of aggressive nature, in terms of being unhappy. We were not created to be unhappy or aggressive all the time. We were created to enjoy life. But then this customer is like 100% aggressive and unhappy. Patience would help you deal with that customer. Empathy would help you tell yourself, I do not know what this customer is going through. So even when they're aggressive, I do not want to be aggressive. I want to be patient with them. Now, this doesn't come easy, really, because sometimes they say really hurtful things. They make you feel worthless about the service you're rendering to them. They make you feel incompetent. There are a lot of words that could be used. But with such customers, you know what it says? You can keep heaping kindness on fairy. You can keep being very kind. So if they need to get information, even if they're not responding on WhatsApp, they're not responding on call, find time to visit them at their business place to share such information with them. If your organization permits that, always remember to work in line with the standard procedures, governing your organization and your business. So with such customers, don't take offense too quickly. Be mild, be empathetic, and keep following them with kindness. You find that in the long run, they'll have a change of heart. And during such time, they may tell you, Mr. Remy, that period, if I tell you what was happening then, you would not believe. So with such aggressive customers, your tone of voice matter. If they call you, let's say they've called 100 times, and out of 100 times, 99% of the time they're aggressive. Mentally, it's the human mindset to say, oh, this aggressive person again, what do you want? You want to be rude, to that person. But just tweaking it a little. Okay, here is another day to deal with these aggressive customers. I'm going to be polite in how I respond to them. So even while they're shouting, you're still very know when you're very patient with them. It may not happen overnight, but you need to keep being patient, keep being empathetic. Actively listening would also help. So even if they're saying a lot of things in just one complaint, discernment would help you to pick out what the complaint is and treat. It's not every complaint you give response to. So while you're actively listening, you fish out the real problem. Sometimes it could just be that these people are not loved at home. It could also just be financial issues. You cannot tell the external problem or the internal problem. It could even be medical. So why let yourself get to the point of also being aggressive? So you see both of you are aggressive, now everything will scatter. No. You want to be empathetic, actively listening to them when they call in, be patient. This takes a lot. But humans and dealing with people, humans relation is never an easy one. So keep being patient and keep providing them with updates along the way. If there's a new policy in the company, let them know. Carry them along where you carry your favorite clients along too. Don't let them feel left out. So we had a question. I don't know if I've answered your question.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much you've hit the nail on the head. And just to reiterate that, like you already mentioned, will also be more, you know, to be more patient with the customers and show genuine empathy to their, you know, their areas of pain points, you know, and go the extra mile to reassure them of the fact that you would, you know, do everything possible within your capacity to address, you know, their needs effectively, and to give room for, you know, feedback. Like you said, listen more, you know, no talk less. That way you would somewhat even find out that some of the issues they're going through might even be more, might be personal, you know, and you can connect with them at that level of, you know, providing advisory, say, hey, showing genuine care to them so that they can really see you as somebody who have their interest at heart. Okay, so Igodala, Gladys, please ask your question. Hello, Gladys. Okay. Yes. Okay, Ajayi was spoken already.
I think it's a new hand.
Okay, Ajayi, Ajayi, you want to ask additional question? Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
All right, Gladys, we can hear you now.
Okay. Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for the training. You were talking about information that has to do with maybe, you know, today we are trying to appreciate our clients and the way to show for care for them. You mentioned something like communication and the means of communication. I'm actually concerned because I want to know a way out of, especially the kind of clients we deal with. Most of our customers, they are not into 100% internet. And most of them use these little phones, not even 100, not smartphone, and all that. Just remember during this cashless policy that most customers have it very difficult to even do transfers of repayments to the bank. And I happen to experience some of them paying heavily to POS operators in order to get cash from them to return back to us for repayment. I was like trying to let them know the excess of this Android phone and all that. And most of them say they can't afford it. So in this regard, what do you do? How do you now place them on the picture? Actually, maybe you have products and service you also want to display on online, and they don't have access to this thing. How do we manage those kind of customers? Thank you.
Okay. So because we live in a tech era, so some of our processes are more digitized, and we are also leveraging on technology to be able to push innovation, drive sales, and improve customer care, customer experience, and customer satisfaction. But not all our clients will be able to follow along with this trend. So what can we do? You gave an instance during the lockdown period where they have to pay heavily to POS operator just to have money to remit back to the business, which is the process they should do. So in such areas, in such circumstances, you want to find that if the customer is open to learning how to use the technology in question, are they ready to get an Android device? If yes, do they also have someone to teach them? Because just like you mentioned, some of your processes are more digitized now. So you need to find out how to be able to inform your clients about it. Now, there's something that has to do with innovation in the business environment. So since this is the challenge, you can suggest it as an innovation. Did you bring out your strategy? First of all, you state the complaint. This is the complaint you're having with the client. Most of them use the small phone, and most of them use the small phone. Now, even with the small phone, you cannot send email to the small phone, it's just call. So you can push it across to the business. Can you do bulk SMS? Maybe weekly. So for such clients, can we send a bulk SMS to clients to inform them of maybe our product or our services in a very simplified manner? Remember, we talked about keeping it simple with certain clients. So you can look at innovations as bulk SMS. You can find that, do we have a sales rep or relationship manager to maybe once a week find time to meet with them, spend 5 minutes informing them of the different products available on the digital channel. And if they have someone, maybe their next of kin or beneficiary, that they can use to access such programs. So you can be a little innovative to look at the solution. That's why we also mentioned about being proactive. So what other solutions will be good for these people? So you can also look at that too. Gladys, did I answer your question? And then in terms of payment, yes, you also made mention of payment. In terms of payment, for security reasons too, you really cannot advise clients on how to make their payment. But since that is a challenge, you can discuss it with the business. Are there different approach that could be used too? So you try to be innovative, work in line with the standard operating procedure of the organization, and also look at ways that you can help clients in their little environment where they find themselves, so it doesn't they can still enjoy the services and still stick with the brand.
Thank you very much. I think we'll take one last question from Layinka, and then we'll call this a wrap. Layinka, please.
Yes, sir. Once again, good afternoon and good morning, man. Good morning, sir. I just want to briefly add to what has been said because I have a personal experience in regards to that. So when this lecture is going on, I was able to put one or two things together to remember what happened. There is this client of ours. He's a very big irate customer. He's a very good customer, but an irate customer. At times, if you are not careful, you find it difficult to satisfy him. So what happened was that he's supposed to pay on 13th of the month. He got to 15, he got to 17, the CSO was disturbed already. So when the CSO called him, he was kind of, yes, I'll pay you now. Why are you just calling? I was in a corner. I didn't call him. I was just listening at their conversation. I let that go. I did not call him that day. The following morning, early morning, I called him around 6:37. We did not discuss about his payment. How's the family? I saw Madam in the market yesterday. I said, she should greet you, say, fine. I was kind of, we talk normal. To my surprise, he called me in the next 15 minutes. He said, check your commercial bank account. I've sent 3 million. So I laughed. That was a customer that was an irate customer that if you are not careful, it will be difficult to deal with. So at times, our approaches matters, and being proactive in communication go a long way to help us get to the heart of these customers. And before we say, we'll continue to get them to our side. And in addition to what Favor said, a typical customer, if you have such customer, because we have most of them here in this environment, that they will tell you that this is where we are and we cannot remove, we cannot come out there, we always remain there. But the truth is that where we are going to is more than where we are right now. And the high time we embrace technology, the better for all of us. A typical Yoruba man that is doing a particular business, if he knows that it is only with technology he will do that business, he will force to learn and he will learn. So learning is gradual. We can continue to let these people know that, okay, look at how things are. We are going into digital and we'll move with them gradually. And before you see, they will know those basic things they're supposed to know. There's this customer of mine, he was complaining bitterly that my ATM, I could not withdraw more than this. Immediately I introduced him to our app. He did not know how to download the app. I downloaded it for him. He's using the app and he's enjoying it now. So it's a way of enhancing this customer to know that what we are doing, they should be key into it, and our communication with them should be flowing the way it's supposed to be. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, Olayinka, for that practical feedback from a customer that you manage. All right, so I want to thank everyone for joining this call and for your listenership, staying through to the end of this session. It's quite impressive. I have over 90 people on this call, which really means that we have shared so much. Please try to also cascade this knowledge down to your respective colleagues in your various locations, in your various businesses. Try to also step down this to share this knowledge, so that we can have a better customer experience or customer care within the organization and in your customers' locations. Once again, I want to thank Shulamite Bakwizi especially, for sharing your wealth of experience with everyone on this call. I would really appreciate you. Thank you so much, Shulamite. We look forward to hosting you soon again. I hope you oblige us when we call on you to do this with us again.
Not a problem. Always available.
Thank you very much. So everybody on this call, thank you so much for listening and for participating actively. This is one of the ways Lapo MFB is giving back to its communities, stakeholders, and customers. This week is our customer appreciation week as a bank, and we thought it was important for us to leverage this opportunity to share knowledge, share thoughts, share experiences that will enable us to become better customer service personnel, and also a customer care, provider. And as you all know, if you satisfy a customer, he or she will be willing to refer more persons, to you. Therefore, it's important to take customer care as a critical tool, for business optimization. Whilst I want to wish you a wonderful season, I hope that we all have a splendid holiday this season. And Lapo is here to share, to care, and to show love, at this moment. And one of the things we'll do is to give you this free webinar session that will enable you to become better off in delivering customer care. Thank you everyone for joining. And should you have questions to ask, you can send your questions to, I'll drop the email on the chat box. Shulamite, please, are you willing to share your PowerPoint document with us so we can you can also share that with the various participants.
Not a problem. I'll share.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Do have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you too.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciation. Bless you all.
We appreciate you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
It was a wonderful
You're
plan.
welcome.
That's what's
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good morning. Hello.